Welcome to our channel. Today we'll discuss moving iron instruments, its types, and also we'll see some advantage, disadvantage of moving iron instruments. And let's also discuss the comparison between moving iron and moving coil instruments. First, let me tell what is moving iron instrument. These moving iron instruments are generally used to measure alternating voltage and currents. In moving iron instruments, the movable system consists of one or more pieces of specially shaped soft iron, which are so pivoted as to be acted upon by the magnetic field produced by the current in a coil. So see here, I will show in the diagram. These are going to form with the help of moving iron. So the total principle is going to involve with the help of this moving iron. That's why we are going to name it as moving iron instruments. So the instrument in which the moving iron is used for measuring the flow of current or voltage is known as moving iron instrument. Okay. So these moving iron instruments works. These are going to work on the principle that the iron placed near the magnet attracts towards it. We generally knew that iron is a magnetic material. Whenever it is going to place near to the magnetic material, it will attract towards it. Okay. The force of attraction depends upon the strength of the magnetic field. The magnetic field induces by the electromagnet whose strength depends upon the magnitude of the current passes through it. So here, whenever as the field strength decreases, what happens? The force between the iron particle and the magnetic bar will decreases. So the field which is induced by the electromagnet whose strength depends upon the magnitude of the current passes through it. So here, since we are going to use the electromagnet, whenever the current passes through a coil, it will induce us some. Whenever you are going to pass some current through a coil, it will generate some field. So whatever the field is going to produce by this arrangement, it is depending upon the magnitude of the current which is passing through the coil. So the strength of the magnetic field depends upon the magnitude of the current which is going to pass through the coil. So let me tell the construction and construction of moving iron instruments. So the plate or vein of soft iron is used as a moving element of the instrument. The vein is so placed such that it can freely move in the magnetic field of the stationary coil. The conductor makes the stationary coil and it is excited by the voltage or current whose magnitude is used to be measured. The moving iron instrument uses the stationary coil as an electromagnet. The electromagnet is the temporary magnet whose magnetic field strength increases or decreases with the magnitude of the current passes through it. So whenever here in this arrangement, if you observe, see the construction here. This is a coil, or you can also name it as a winding. And here is air damping chamber, and it's a moving iron. It is a control weight, and this is a balanced weight. Okay. So this is a soft iron piece. Okay. Let me tell some. It basically consists of two coils. this state. These moving iron instruments are of two types: attraction type moving iron instrument as well as repulsion type moving iron instrument. Okay. The most common ammeters here, the most common ammeters and voltmeters for laboratory or switchboard used at power frequencies are the moving iron instruments only. The operation of attraction type depends upon the attraction of single piece of soft iron into a magnetic field, and that of repulsion type depends upon the repulsion of two adjacent pieces of iron magnetized by the same magnetic field. For both types of these instruments, the necessary magnetic field is produced by the ampere turns of a current carrying coil. So let me tell the working principle which is involved in the moving iron instrument. So here, the moving iron instruments use the stationary coil of copper or aluminium wire, which acts as an electromagnet when an electric current passes through it. So works on the principle that here it is going to use the stationary coil which is made up of copper or aluminium wire, which acts as an electromagnet. How it is going to act? When an electric current is going to pass through this stationary coil, it will act as an electromagnet, okay, as a magnetic source. The strength of the magnetic field induced by the electromagnet is directly proportional to the current which is passing through that coil. So the field strength of the magnetic field is directly proportional to the current passing through the current which is going to pass through the copper or aluminium wire. The plates or vein of the iron pass through the coil increases the inductance of the stationary coil. That is, the inductance is the property of the conductor which increases their electromotive force whenever current passes through it. So here the plates or vein of the iron pass through the coil increases the inductance of the stationary coil. So this stationary coil is going to have some inductance. Since it is coil, is going to possess some property that is known as inductance. So here the inductance is the property of the conductor which increases their electromotive force when the varying current passes through it. Varying current is nothing but AC. Whenever AC current passes through this, what happens? It increases the electromotive force. The electromagnet attracts the iron vein. The vein passes through the coil, tries to occupy the minimum reluctance path. The reluctance is the property of the magnet which opposes the flow of electric current. So just like resistance, here in the magnetic field, it will opposes the existence of the magnetic field, because here whenever it is going to oppose the flow of electric current, here the magnetic strength is going to decrease. So here the vein passes through the electromagnet attracts the iron vein. Why? Because it's a magnetic material. We try to attract this vein. The vein passes through the coil, tries to occupy the minimum reluctance path. The vein passes through the coil, experiences a force of repulsion caused by the electromagnet. The repulsion forces increases the strength of the coil inductance. This happens because the inductance and the reluctance are inversely proportional to each other. So let us see the classification. Before going to this, let me tell the basic principle once again. The basic principle of attraction type instrument is that if a piece of an unmagnetized soft iron is brought up near a current carrying coil, it would be attracted into the coil. Okay, so the coil is flat and narrow slot-like opening. The moving iron is a flat disc or oval shape extrinsically mounted. When the current flows through the coil, a magnetic field is produced and moving iron moves from weaker field outside the coil to the stronger field inside it. That is, moving iron is attracted in. Okay, this is the main principle which is involved in this attraction type. The repulsion type, basically, it consists of a fixed coil inside where there are two soft iron rods. The two soft iron rods, it will be A and B, which are parallel to one another. In this, one rod is fixed and one rod is mobile, which carries a pointer. The mobile rod is going to carry the pointer that moves over a calibrated scale. When the current to be measured is passed through the fixed coil, it sets up its own magnetic field which magnetizes the two rods. Similarly, that is, the adjacent points on the lengths of the rods will have the same magnetic polarity. Hence, they repel each other. With the result, the pointer is reflected against the controlling torque of S2. So the force of repulsion is approximately proportional to the square of the current passing through the coil. The instantaneous torque is proportional to repulsive force, which is again proportional to product of the pole strengths. So here I will tell one by one. The moving iron instruments are of two types. They are attraction type moving iron instrument and repulsive type moving iron instrument. So attraction type, the instrument in which the iron plate attracts from the weaker field towards the stronger field, such type of instrument is known as attraction type instrument. The construction, we already seen, the stationary coil of the attraction type instrument is flat and has a narrow opening. The moving element is the flat disc of the iron core. The current flow through the stationary coil produces the magnetic field which attracts the iron coil. So once again, the stationary coil of the attraction type is a flat one and it has a narrow opening. The moving element is the flat disc of the iron core. So here also we are going to have two coils. One is stationary coil, another one is moving element. The current is going to flow through the stationary coil, which produces a magnetic field which attracts the iron coil. See here, this is the moving iron and it's stationary one. So in the stationary one, the current is going to pass so that it will develop the electromagnetic field. And this moving iron is going to attract towards the strongest magnetic field. The iron may deflect from the low magnetic field to the high magnetic field, and the strength of the deflection is directly proportional to the magnitude of the current flow. In short, we can say that the iron coil attracts towards in. So the attraction type instruments use spring, which provided the controlling torque. The deflection of the coil is reduced by the aluminum piston, which is attached to the moving coil. So here in the attraction type instruments, they are going to use a spring which provide the controlling torque. Why? Because whenever on a calibrated scale, if the pointer want to read if it is going to read any value, it should be stable on that particular reading. Okay. In some cases, if the controlling torque is not provided, then what happens? The point is going to move here and there without any stable value. So this will create an error in the user end. Okay. So the deflection of the coil is reduced by the aluminum piston which is attached to the moving coil. And meanwhile, whenever the current is, if the instrument is going to place in the circuit where we want to measure the voltage or current, so whenever the current is going to pass through that, the deflection pointer is used to measure some value. Okay. So immediately after removing that, then what the pointer should do after measuring that value, immediately the pointer should turn back to the original position. That is, it should come back to the original position, that is at zero value. So all this is because of controlling torque. Then repulsion type instruments. The repulsion type instrument has two vanes or iron plates. One is fixed and the other one is movable. So the vanes become magnetized when the current passes through the stationary coil and the force of repulsion occurs between them. Because of a repulsive force, the moving coil starts moving away from the fixed vane. This is the construction. This is the movable vane, it is the fixed vane. So see here, this is the pointer where it is going to show the value on the calibrated scale. The spring provides the controlling torque. The air friction induces the damping torque, which opposes the movement of the coil. The repulsion type instrument is a non-polarized instrument, that is, it is free from the direction of the current passes through it. Thus, it is used for both AC as well as DC. So here it is a non-polarized instrument. It is free from the direction of the current. That is means since it is free from the direction. So even though current direction is going to change, it will give the appropriate reading on the calibrated scale. That means it is used for both AC as well as DC currents. So here, for example, when there is no current in the coil, what happens? The two iron rods moving and fixed are almost touch each other and the pointer rests on the zero position. So when the instrument is connected to the circuit, the operating current, that is current to be measured, or a definite fraction of it, or current proportional to the voltage measured in case of ammeters and voltmeters especially flow through the coil. This current sets up magnetic field inside the coil. The magnetic field magnetizes the two iron rods. Similarly, that is the adjacent points on the length of the rods will have the same magnetic polarity. Hence, the two rods repel each other due to force of repulsion. Thus, the movable iron rod moves away from the fixed iron rod, resulting the pointer moves on the calibrated scale from its zero position. So when the current, the coil is reversed. That means whenever we are going to use the AC current, so in that case, we may have chance that where the direction of current is to change at regular interval of time. In that case, the polarity of both iron rods also reverse simultaneously, and the direction of the deflecting torque will remain unchanged. Hence, the instrument can be used on AC as well as DC measurements. So in attraction type, you see here in attraction type. So when the instrument is connected in the circuit, that is the operating current which is going to flow through the coil. This current sets up magnetic field in the coil In other words, the coil behaves like a magnet and therefore it attracts the soft iron piece towards it. The result is that the iron moves into the coil, causing the spindle and pointer to rotate above its calibrated speed. And here this instrument is provided with a spring control and air friction damping. Here it is going to provide with a spring control as well as air friction damping. Okay. Let us see what are the advantages and disadvantages of these moving iron instruments. So first one is universal use. Universal use means this can use it anywhere. This can employable for both AC as well as DC currents. The moving iron instrument is independent of the direction of current and hence they are going to use for both the AC as well as DC values. And second point is less friction error. The friction error is very less in moving iron instrument because their torque weight ratio is very high. The torque weight ratio is high because the current carrying part is stationary and the moving parts are lighter in weight. Third point is cheapness. The moving iron instruments require less number of turns as compared to PMMC instruments, thus it is cheaper. Since it is going to require less number of turns, it takes less number of wounded wire, so that it makes somewhat cheaper in construction than PMMC instrument. Robustness. The instrument is robust because of their simple construction and also because their current carrying part is a station. And see here, other than, let me tell once more, these instruments are cheaper in cost, robust, and simple in construction. And the instruments can be used both on DC as well as AC circuits. The instruments are reasonably accurate, and these are going to have high operating torque. And these all instruments can withstand overload momentarily. These are maintenance-free instruments. There is no requirement of maintenance for these type of instruments. Moving on to the disadvantages. These these are going to have high power consumption. These are going to require high power consumption, which is considered one of the disadvantages. Scales of these instruments are not uniform because of pneumatic damping. Errors are introduced due to hysteresis and stray magnetic field. Here, then, errors are there due to presence of hysteresis as well as presence of stray magnetic field, and also due to change in the frequency in case of AC values. So whenever accuracy, coming to accuracy, the scale of the moving iron instruments is not uniform and hence the accurate result is not possible. And second one is errors. Some serious errors in the instruments because of the presence of hysteresis due to change in frequency of AC signals and also presence of a stray magnetic field. And next one is waveform error. In moving iron instrument, the deflection torque is not directly proportional to the square of the current, because of which the waveform error occurs in the instrument. Difference between AC and DC calibration if you observe. See here, the next one, last one is in the case of calibration, we may have the difference between AC and DC. The calibration of AC and DC are differed because of the effect of the inductance of meter and the eddy current which is used on AC. The AC is calculated on the frequency at which they are going to use. So let me tell some more points regarding this. Next one. Moving on to the next topic, let us discuss what are the differences between moving iron and moving coil instruments. So this gives the differences between moving iron and moving coil instruments. So first, let us see. In the first column, we are going to have moving coil instruments points. In the second column, we are going to have moving iron instruments. First point, it works on the principle of DC motor. And on the other side, here we are going to have, it works on the principle of magnetism. Okay. So what is the principle of DC motor? Whenever a current coil is going to place in the magnetic field, it exerts force. On that principle, it is going to work. So here, in this case, the moving iron instruments are going to work on the principle of magnetism. Okay. Second one, deflection torque is proportional to the square of the current. And on that side, the deflection torque is proportional to the current. Okay. So here in this moving coil side, the deflection torque is proportional to the square of the current. Here, just it is proportional to the current only. And third point, damping is provided by eddy current damping. And here, the damping is provided by the air. Next, fourth one, spring control. It is the spring control instrument, whereas a moving iron is gravity control instrument. Here, the controlling torque is proportional to the angle of deflection, whereas here in this case, moving iron, controlling torque is proportional to the sine theta. In moving coil instrument, the scale is uniform, whereas moving iron instrument, the scale is not uniform. Coming to the seventh point, it is delicate. Moving coil instruments are delicate, sensitive, and accurate. And moving iron instruments are robust, reliable, and they are accurate. And last point, these moving coil instruments are somewhat expensive than moving iron. Moving iron instruments are cheaper in cost. And one more thing, if you observe, other than this, we can have the power consumption is low in moving coil, whereas in moving iron, the power consumption is more. Coil, whereas in this case, coil moves in the magnetic field. In moving iron, the soft iron is going to move in the magnetic field. And here, it is moving coil are going to employed for only DC purpose, whereas this moving iron instruments are used for both AC as well as DC. In moving coil side, we are not observing any hysteresis losses. On that side, we are going to have some hysteresis loss are going to present. And here, magnet loses magnetism. In that case, no permanent magnets are going to be placed. So, we cannot observe that loss of magnetism. And here, the errors are due to aging of springs and magnets. There, we are going to observe the errors due to change in the frequency of AC signal. And these can be used as ammeters, voltmeters. This might Moving coil instruments can be used as ammeters, voltmeters, ohm meters, and galvanometers. Whereas this moving iron instruments can be used as ammeters, voltmeters, and wattmeters. So with this, the comparison has been completed. Let's move on to the previous slides so that we can recall our topic, what we have discussed now. So we have discussed moving iron. So what are moving iron instruments? Generally, this instrument in which the moving iron is used for measuring the flow of current or voltage is known as moving current, moving iron instrument. Okay. Next, it works on the principle that whenever the iron places near the magnet, what happens? It attracts what? On that basic principle, this moving iron instruments are going to work. Okay. So meanwhile, the iron particles are going to attract towards whenever the iron is placed in the weaker field. As usually, it will try to attract the stronger field magnet. Okay. So this principle is going to involve in the moving iron instrument. And these moving iron instruments are of two types: attractive type moving instrument and repulsive type moving iron instrument. Coming to the advantages, we are going to have these are universal use. It's nothing but meant for both AC and DC. And second thing is less friction error. And third one is cheapness. And fourth one is robustness. And disadvantage, accuracy in is not possible and it's not that much accurate. Regarding errors, we may have some hysteresis, frequency, and stray magnetic field errors. We can also observe some waveform errors which are going to observe in the instrument. In the calibration, we can have the difference between AC and DC. That means for both, it doesn't show equal value. We may have some difference between the AC as well as DC component. And this shows the comparison between moving coil and moving iron instrument. So with this, our topic has been closed. Next session, I will come up with a new topic. Thank you, one and all.